Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss the quantization of angular momentum. This is from the topic atomic structure of class 11. So I have uploaded the most important fundamental concepts of atomic structure and I created a playlist for all those videos. I will give you the link in the description and also in iCards at the top. Now let us move on to our topic, that is quantization of angular momentum. So here what is meant by momentum? So momentum P is equal to product of mass into velocity. So if a particle is moving along straight line path, then it will exhibit momentum. Otherwise, if the particle is moving in circular path, then it will exhibit angular momentum. So the angular momentum is nothing but angular momentum. This angular momentum is nothing but product of mass, velocity and also radius. Since it is moving in circular path, we have to consider the radius also. So if any particle is moving in straight line motion, then it will exhibit momentum only. But if a particle is moving in circular path, then it will exhibit angular momentum. So here the angular momentum means product of mass, velocity and radius. So here the angular momentum is quantized. Here it is the quantization of angular momentum. So quantized means to give a fixed quantity. So here according to the Bohr's theory, the angular momentum is quantized. That means the angular momentum mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. That means here we are quantizing, that means we are giving a fixed quantity for the angular momentum. That is, it is the integral multiple of h by 2 pi. So here h by 2 pi, this is the constant value. This is the constant value. So the integral multiple of h by 2 pi means here n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. So this angular momentum is quantized. That means we are giving a fixed quantity for the angular momentum. So angular momentum of this revolving electron. So according to Bohr's theory, the electron is revolving around the nucleus in circular path. So here it is the protons, that is nucleus, and electron is revolving around the nucleus in the circular path. So that's why the revolving electron will possess some angular momentum. So that angular momentum is quantized. That means we are giving a fixed quantity. Okay, so this is the quantization of angular momentum. So how this quantization takes place and why this angular momentum is quantized? So in order to understand this concept, we have to go for several fundamental concepts. So according to Niels Bohr, so this Niels Bohr gave a fundamental statement regarding this quantization of angular momentum. So he says that the angular momentum is quantized, that's all. He does not give any derivational proof for the quantization of this angular momentum. So this can be explained by de Broglie. So later de Broglie identified that the revolving electron does not move in a straight line motion. It exhibits both particle nature and wave nature. So that's why the electron will revolve just like a wave around the nucleus. So if the electron is revolving around the nucleus in wave motion, then it will have wave-like properties. That means it should exhibit the fundamental properties of wave also. So later onwards, the wave nature and particle nature can be explained by different theories, and they proposed the electron will exhibit dual nature. That means it exhibits both particle nature and wave nature. So the particle nature, here the particle nature of revolving electron can be explained by Newton under the heading Newton's corpuscular theory. So corpuscles means it consists of tiny particles. Corpuscles are nothing but those are the tiny particles. So the electron behaves as a tiny particle. That means it exhibits particle nature. And the wave nature can be explained by wave nature. So this wave nature can be explained by Huygens. Under the heading Huygens wave theory. According to this Huygens wave theory, the revolving electron will exhibit some wave nature. So since the particle exhibit both wave nature and particle nature, it should exhibit wave properties also. Okay. So according to Huygens theory, the electron exhibits wave nature, and according to Newton, the electron exhibits particle nature. So if we consider both natures, that is dual natures, we should conclude the electron should exhibit dual nature. That's why the electron should exhibit wavelength and also momentum. So it has dual nature, that's why it will exhibit both wavelength and momentum. So since the electron is exhibiting wave nature, it should have wavelength, that means lambda. So the expression for wavelength of a particle which is moving around the nucleus in circular path can be given by two theories, that is according to classical mechanics and also according to quantum mechanics. So we can derive an expression for wavelength of the particle which is moving around the nucleus in circular path by considering classical mechanical expression and also quantum mechanical expression. So here in the previous video we have already discussed about the classical mechanics and quantum mechanics. So in classical mechanics we discuss about the properties of particles which are visible to our naked eye. So in classical mechanics we go through with the properties of particles which are visible to our naked eye. So but in case of quantum mechanics we discuss about the properties of particles which are invisible to our naked eye, just like electrons and protons. These are not visible to our naked eye. So that's why in quantum mechanics we discuss about the properties of these electrons, like microscopic properties, microscopic substances. Okay, and next let us derive the expression for wavelength lambda. So according to Max Planck quantum theory, E is equal to h nu. So energy, h nu means it is a packet of energy. But according to Einstein, E is equal to mc square. So this is the quantum mechanical expression. So E means energy of each photon. So the energy of each photon is equal to h nu. This is the quantum mechanical expression, and this is the classical mechanical expression given by Einstein. So according to Einstein, the energy is converted into mass and mass can be converted into energy. So E is equal to mc square. So by comparing these two expressions, we get h nu is equal to mc square. We know nu is equal to c by lambda. So we can write hc by lambda equal to mc square. So c cancels and h by lambda equal to mc, or lambda is equal to h by mc, where c is the speed of light. So since all the electromagnetic radiations will possess speed of light, the speed of electromagnetic radiation is equal to the speed of light, because in a vacuum they travel with same velocity. Both electromagnetic radiation and light particles also travel with same velocity in vacuum. If you consider the medium, that will change slightly. Okay, so here we can write like this also, lambda equal to h by mv. So here v is the speed of a microscopic particle, that is just like electron. So here if the electron is moving around the nucleus in circular path, that electron will exhibit some wavelength lambda. That lambda is equal to h by mv. So this is the expression given by de Broglie concept. So according to de Broglie, it will have dual nature. So that's why it should possess wavelength lambda also. So the expression for wavelength can be derived from these two concepts given by Max Planck and also by Einstein. Okay. So now let us derive this expression, how this angular momentum is quantized. So suppose if the electron is revolving around the nucleus in circular path just like a wave. So here it is a wave. If it revolves around the nucleus in wave motion, then it will exhibit some wavelength. So by considering this point, we can derive this expression. The electron is revolving around the nucleus in circular path with wave motion. Okay, since it is a wave, it behaves like a wave, it exhibits some wave motion. So let us check the expression. So that is mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. So suppose if the electron is revolving like this, this is the nucleus, I am writing here, this is the nucleus. So the electron is revolving around the nucleus in circular path with wave motion. So here it is a wave. So here, you know, according to classical mechanics, this is the stationary wave. This is the stationary wave between 2 points. A stationary wave is formed between 2 points. So here the wavelength lambda means the distance between two successive points. Here this is the lambda and here this is also lambda. So the total wavelength, how much it is? The total wavelength will be 2 lambda. Okay, so here from this point to this point also one wavelength. From this point to this point, second wavelength. This is one wavelength lambda and this is second wavelength lambda. So the total wavelength should be 2 lambda. Okay, clear? The total wavelength is 2 lambda. Now, if the electron is moving like this, that is the electron is present on inside the orbit only. If the electron is revolving inside the orbit only, then since it is revolving in circular path, it will possess some angular momentum. So what about the value of angular momentum? The angular momentum of electron is equal to mvr. So the angular momentum should be equal to integral multiples of h by 2 pi, that is nh by 2 pi. So here we have to prove this expression. The angular momentum mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. We have to prove this expression from this concept. So here if the electron is revolving around the nucleus in this fixed orbit, then the circumference of a circle should be equal to integral multiples of lambda, isn't it? Here the circumference of a circle should be equal to integral multiples of lambda. So what is the expression for circumference of a circle? Circumference of circle is equal to integral multiples of wavelength lambda. Okay, circumference of circle equal to 2 pi r, that should be equal to integral multiples of lambda n lambda, that is n into lambda means h by mv. So 2 pi r equal to nh by mv. So since lambda equal to h by mv, we are substituting here. So then mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. So here the expression is obtained like this. So if the circumference of a circle is equal to integral multiples of lambda, then only 2 pi r equal to n lambda, then the angular momentum is quantized like this. That means the electron is revolving around the nucleus in circular path within the fixed orbit only, then only the angular momentum is quantized. Okay, suppose if the electron is not present inside the orbit, suppose like this, if the electron is like this, so here the electron is escaping from the orbit. That means we can't say this is the fixed wavelengths. We cannot determine how many wavelengths are here, but here we can determine how many wavelengths are there. So if you consider this one just like straight line, so this is in circular path, here it is in straight line path. The wave is moving in straight line path. The wave is moving in circular path. So here we can express the wavelengths in terms of multiples of lambda, because here there are 2 wavelengths are there. Okay, so here we can guess how many wavelengths are there, but here we can't guess how many wavelengths are there because the electron is escaping from the orbit. So here if the electron is not present inside the orbit, that is called out of phase. Out of phase. If the electron is present inside the orbit, then it is called in phase. If the electron is present in phase, then the angular momentum is always quantized. Suppose if the electron is not present in phase, that is out of phase, that means the electron is not present in the orbit, then the circumference of a circle is not equal to integral multiples of lambda. Okay, clear? The circumference of a circle is not equal to integral multiples of lambda because we cannot find out how many wavelengths are there here. Okay, so in this way we can prove the angular momentum is quantized whenever the electron is revolving around the nucleus in the circular path with wave motion. Okay, and now question of the day. So here is a question of the day. What is the unit of, what is the speed of light, value of speed of light? What is the value of speed of light? Please comment me on comment box. I hope you like this video and thank you. Like the session, share the session and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.